No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you're at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. Y'all know me. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. And on today's show, I have not one, but two special guests. I have Lorena. I can't never say it, Amber.
Why do you always set yourself up for failure?
I definitely messed it up, but you know what? We'll leave that right in there.
This is my sixth time on the show.
Well, because you just changed it.
What? No, she is Lorena Renegada Amber Rodriguez.
See, that's your job.
The personal announcer, and you aren't, Brian. That's why you lost your job before you even had it.
I didn't know how to apply it. But anyway, I have Amber Rodriguez on the show with her manager, her championship winning Elev8 Pro owning manager, the one and only Miss Brittani Nikole. Brittani, Amber, you've been on here before. Brittani, thanks for coming on. Yeah, I got you back. This is the way we started.
You're welcome.
Especially since you no-showed me one time we had a show that you booked.
I did not no-show. I was having technical difficulties.
Hey, Brittani, she no-showed. She no-showed her own show.
Literally broke. My phone broke.
She doesn't no-show anything, so I will back her. She no-shows nothing.
This was before you was her manager.
She just shows. She shows.
All right, so how y'all doing today or this evening?
Good. Coco is here. There's Coco.
Oh, kitty.
So you got the cat. So it's four of us on here then.
Yes.
Yeah. My two cats are sleeping, but I'm trying to pack all my stuff. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to wear for my show on Friday. So I have a pile of clothes behind me that I need to try on. That's about it.
Oh man. So recently y'all been making history. You know, it was just January, I was down there and it was one of the greatest shows I had ever been to. Shout out to my manager, Marin, whom I dragged to the show, and she really enjoyed herself. She actually just celebrated her birthday too. But she really enjoyed the show, enjoyed her time there. And I know that was the first time I actually got to see Brittani in person. I've seen your work online. But now, I guess y'all have a allegiance where you've taken Amber and you've shown favoritism because now you're managing her. How in the world did this happen?
She asked me to. I mean, we've gotten close. We've gotten. She can tell the story better, but we've gotten close. You know, we did a ladies' night out at Reality of Wrestling together, and so that was really fun. And we got to bond on our trips and travels, and I just got to see her work more alive, and I just really like and appreciate everything that she does. Oh my God, that's just my face. That's weird. Just looking at myself. That's not
full screen.
That's not. Oh, you make me go full screen. Other than that, make Amber full screen.
No.
You tell how you came up with it, because I don't even know how you came up with it. She literally messaged me and she's like, "Yo, do you want to be my personal announcer and manager? Oh, by the way, I already got us a gig, so we're gonna go to Texas."
So my thing is, like, I kind of ask people to do stuff after I've already set it up.
Some things never change.
Right? Who can say no to me? So I am an evil creative genius. Bobby Horn had reached out to me about a booking at SOAR, and it's out in Dallas. And, you know, I'm always thinking, oh my God, this is weird. It's just my face. Okay.
Right? I told you it's weird.
I'm pretty sure the fans aren't upset.
You're talking to yourself. It's weird.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, I'm always thinking of ways to stand out. And I was watching some old WWE stuff. Well, not that old, but it was like Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez. So I was like, ooh, like there's nobody on the independents, or not even TV, I don't think, but I know for a fact there's nobody on the independents, especially a woman with a woman manager, let alone a personal ring announcer. Like that's badass. And I'm already doing this whole Evil Queen thing. So it makes sense that I start to build this like entourage, So that's when I approached Brittani, because I literally know, nor would I want any other female ring announcer.
I'm glad that I was your only and first choice. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, like, even if I knew another one, I would still have asked you, because I'm sure nobody else is good enough. No offense, but offense.
No offense, but offense.
I'm a nice person.
Can you talk about the atmosphere? I watched the clip, and Brittani, you walk out there, you just immediately let the crowd know, look, y'all got this woman right here is about to take your championship, and I'm so confident that she's going to take your championship that I'm going to even put my belt on the line, because I know it's going to come back home with me. Can you just talk about that atmosphere and how?
Quick, that was even her first time as a heel manager, and I was shocked because she did it like she's been doing it the whole time.
That was my first time being a manager in general, let alone a heel manager. Yeah, that was the first time. I just, was like, okay, cool. Well, we'll do this. Well, at first when she said personal announcer, I was like, all right, cool. I can totally do that. And then it kind of blurred into like, because she's a heel and she has this. I was like, oh, I'm going to be a personal announcer and a manager. She's like, no, you ringside the whole time. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I'm doing this. All right. Well, I get to be a bitch. Okay. So yeah, well, it was one of those things of, in Louisiana right now, we are so locked down that we can't even film closed set tapings. Like the commission won't even allow us to film closed set tapings right now, with just the wrestlers and no audience or anything. And so we can't do any shows. And our women's champion, our previous one, Skylar Moore, she's on AEW now. And so we don't know if she would ever be able to get back, defend the title, all that kind of stuff. So she gave it up. She was like, I understand. I was like, I need to put it on somebody who can utilize it, who actually who's able to do other things, this and that. And Amber was mine, and Ben, who does the booking and running of the school and stuff like that. Amber was the first choice. We were like, this is it. And Amber is the first choice when it comes to that. And we couldn't figure out a way to get it on her because we couldn't do any tapings. And we're just like, I can't just like, here you go. Happy birthday. I don't know. Like,
I mean, you could have, but it wouldn't have felt right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wouldn't have felt right. And I'm like, it's one of those things of, I know that when you came in the first time in January, it was one of those things, you went against Dale, so you weren't necessarily in your heel element.
Right.
And so it was one of those things of like, we want you to be a heel and get over and have your entourage and start building all this kind of stuff. And so when we did the SOAR thing, I didn't even come up with it. As soon as it happened, we were talking to Amber, and Ben was like, see if he'll let us put our championship. Like, we're there. They can do shows. There's an audience. There's live. They're filming. Like, we can get the footage and everything. Like, we can actually secretly run an Elev8 match.
Secretly.
In SOAR Championship Wrestling. And Bobby was really amazing and was like, you know what? Yeah. And it told a story. So it was really good. I had no clue what I was going to say. Right before the match, Amber was like, do you have your promo ready? And I was like, sure. I had no clue what I was going to do. I told the announcer like the basics. I was like, because she came up to me and she was like, so am I announcing? I'm like, no, don't announce it. I'm like, just know that I'm going to say some things that I don't actually mean to you, but I'm also going to probably grab you at some point. Just give me the mic when I do that. Just, that's all I got to do. If I grab you, give me the mic. I was like, that's it. That's all I had. So after that, it was kind of just me winging it. And and Amber put on a good match. They had me get involved too. I wasn't expecting that, but like they put it into the match, and that was fun. That was my first time ever interfering in a match or helping out in a match. So I'm glad I didn't kill anyone. And yeah, so that was fun. The energy was great. It was a really, the crowd was quiet, but they were chatty with me.
Yeah, they hated you.
They hated me. They were like, "Go back to New Orleans. I want you." One group was so angry. Two guys were really, they before the match even started, there's these two guys that were like, "We like Amber. She's going to get the belt." I was like, "Okay, I like you guys." And then everybody else was like, "Boo! I don't like this fair. They're not from Texas." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
You went to Texas and took the belt. You said it wouldn't have felt right if they would have just mailed you the belt.
Yeah, like that's weird.
Did it feel right that in order for you to win the belt, Brittany had to trip your opponent?
Absolutely. That was fun.
It felt good.
Because I'm like, she can't be ringside and not get involved, and then it's her company, and I'm like one of the top people at that company, so it only makes sense that she'd like get in there by any means, Yeah,
like I said, we made a decision that we saw Amber as a great champion and as a good face for the Elev8 Pro Women's Championship. Like, she is the poster child for it, and so I mean, I had to make sure that she got it, because like if she didn't, that would have been real awkward.
So what about the other ladies at Elev8? How do they feel? Has your phone been blowing up? Has the emails been blowing up, Brittany, about why they haven't been getting a chance or something like that?
Probably.
What other ladies?
I don't probably, but I don't answer them. Luckily, most of them don't have my personal cell number. But the ones, it's one of those things of women wrestlers in Louisiana in general are basically none.
Scarce.
We have trainees, but they're not ready for the ring. They're not ready for a match yet. We have trainees, which is luckily we've got some hopeful trainees that I'm really excited about. There's some that have just recently started training with us that like I'm really excited for them to actually start having matches and stuff. But other than that, like, we have to bring in women from outside of Louisiana. And so I'm very selective. I am also very like adamant to have more than just, I want more than just one woman's match on a show. So, it's one of those things. If I create a special, I talk for a living. Can you tell? I create a specific budget just for the women alone, just because I want to make sure that I have enough to give to the women and be able to have more than just, 2 women in an entire show. So I'm working on that kind of thing. And but yeah, I mean, anybody can, but I mean, sure, they can come try to get the belt, but like, whatever. And we're going to have
I could just step in and say, like, it's so nice and refreshing to have a company that's not only female owned, but, even because Ben too, like, they're so passionate about women's wrestling, and it's just refreshing. Because I've done shows where the promoter like didn't even watch my match, like didn't even care, you know what I mean? And it's like I wasn't even there,
Right.
Like we're given like 5 minutes, you know what I mean? So it's so refreshing and nice to work somewhere. Yeah, it's so nice to work somewhere where like you feel appreciated, like you feel like you want your boss to care, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to say this, Brittany, especially with you being on here, in all seriousness, we've been having, a lot of fun on the show. But when I was there, I could see the energy of the crowd kind of reflect the culture of the way the company was run. I've gone to a number of independent shows, and I've seen, some crowds sitting there kind of looking like, and I've seen promoters, even though I've, being backstage, I've seen the egg on their face, or when they just look like they're just constantly stressed out. But then I've seen them come out and still they trying to fake the funk essentially. But when when I got there, I saw how you look like this is what you love, this is your baby, and the crowd just really enjoy it. I remember telling Amber that night, like, I love this crowd. Shoot, I wish it was like that up here in the northernmost southern state. But what is it like, especially in you talking about cross promoting with SOAR for that, taking your title over there? What is it like, especially being a woman promoter, as far as gaining respect in this industry with the boys in the back?
Oh, I mean, I've gained respect when it comes to like the wrestlers. If that means the boys, like most of the time, like that's fine. Other promoters, male promoters, oh, it's hell. It's complete hell. There's still some male promoters in Louisiana who refuse to actually communicate with me and will only communicate with Ben when it comes to like dealings when we're doing group stuff, because like I'm not considered part of the whole group. So like there's some people I've never even had communication with that we've either had on shows or ran shows or done something with, or they're doing something with that. Like there's people that I just don't even have conversations with, because it's not, it's one of those things of like, and reflecting on the energy of the crowd is like that elevates my baby. Like it's my pride and joy. And it's one of those things of, the crowds have turned different than what they used to be when it was under previous management, because I set my foot down. I, said that, I put out there like, we're pro, we're pro Black, we're pro, Latinx, we're pro LGBT, we're pro trans, we're pro, like, it's all those kind of things. And I told people, like, because some people were like, oh, you're going to get a lot of shit for that. We're in the South. Hello, we're still in the South. Like, you're going to get trouble for that. Like, people are going to stop going. And it's like, if their energy is where they look at one of my wrestlers that's in the ring who is a different color and thinks something, horrible in their mind about that person, like, I don't even want that energy. Even if they don't say anything out loud, I don't want that energy in my building. So I don't need your $10. You can go somewhere else, because like I'll get your $10 somewhere else, because like I don't need people even just thinking ill will of my wrestlers because they're a person of color or they're gay or they're trans or whatever. Like I don't want that, or they're a woman, like it's just one of those things. So like, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna change it. Like, so what? They can go see other shows where it's just a bunch of white dudes, because that's, a majority of, just go see a bunch of white dudes. That's fine. There's tons of wrestling in Louisiana like that, so you can go see that. But that's not what Elevate8's going to be.
And Amber, when did you realize that you were going to make Elevate8 a home?
When I walked through the door. Actually, before I walked through the door, just communicating over Facebook with Brittany and Ben. They were just automatically so welcoming. I could tell like they really believed in me. You know what I mean? They were the first company to like really, I guess, take a chance on me, because I had not been wrestling for 4 years. So I get that at the time I was kind of a risk, because like, ooh, does she, is she rusty? Is she, you know what I mean? So they were, one of the first companies to like, take a chance on me. Like, we know what you can do. You know what I mean? And as soon as I walked through the door, I felt welcome. Like, they trusted me to, like, I guess, guide Dale, you know what I mean? So it was great. So from that point on,
that's awesome. So what's next? What can we I know you said right now you can't have shows. So where do y'all plan to take this? I'm gonna call this wrestling marriage on a road. Where do y'all plan to take it next?
So now we're married. That's great.
So where do we register? One, where are we registering?
You got to go to either Jacksonville or Stanford.
I know. I mean, registering like our Tupperwares and stuff. Like, you know, like.
Oh yeah.
Registering like
as long as it's better than Rana and Rusev's wedding.
You said why?
Yeah. No, that was terrible. Oh, what flavor cake do we want?
Red velvet. Not the person. The actual.
The cake. I'll let her know over the weekend. Be like, hey, by the way, we booked you as our cake for our wedding. Don't
Yeah, because that's what Amber does. She just books people before, and then you know.
Who can say no to me? Just ask Snoop.
Yeah. Her and Ben are very similar, so I'm used to this in the world because like Ben will come up with an idea, set it into motion, and then be like, all right, now I'm gonna contact them.
Oh man. But yeah, so what's next though? Where do you see y'all going? Do you plan to defend the championship at multiple promotions? Do you plan to go north, south? Well, I should say north, west,
all over. Anywhere I can.
You plan to come back home?
Where?
Huh?
I said, do you plan to come back home and rub it in their faces, show them where they missed out? Now that you have a better manager, a better support system. Yeah, I said it.
You're going there.
I did.
You're going there. It's funny. I actually talked
to a better promoter. Can I say that?
Huh? Yeah. But yeah, I actually talked to Brittany about that on the car ride. There are some plans that we're gonna discuss.
There she go kayfabing me again. God dang it.
Which means
we can't give it away.
You booked the interview and you were kayfabe.
Okay, I'll say this.
Nah, we good.
I'll say this. The short answer to your question is yes, but
the long answer, I don't even know because she hasn't even booked me yet. So.
Sounds.
That's what matters. I already know what's going to happen, and then I'm going to tell you about it, and it's going to be great.
I'm already excited.
Hashtag that's so Amber.
I have all of 2021 planned, pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much cleared my 2021 schedule just so I can follow whatever booking she tells me I'm on. She's going to message me like, hey, this is where we're going this weekend. Pack a bag. I'm gonna have a perfect bug out bag next to my bed. That way, when she calls me and goes, "I'm outside. Get in the car."
Oh, this is great. Before we get out of here, any final things y'all want the people to know that you're willing to share?
Follow me on my Twitter. I know my Twitter this time.
And in case you don't, it's on the screen.
Yeah, it's at Amber1 Rodriguez. I need more followers. And in fact, if I can get up to 1,500 followers, I'm gonna give away some free merch.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't even have any of her free merch, so that's big.
Oh, was that shade?
No, I'm saying that's big.
Don't worry, I'll hook you up. I feel obligated to now.
Do you know a guy? You know somebody?
It's funny the one time
brother discount.
The one time I have you on the show, I don't have the wristband on, and I usually wear it on shows that you're not even on.
Well, I make Snoop wear his like all the time. It's kind of a wedding ring in a way, which means
Oh
no! Now you gotta get
what is this weird three-way marriage we've got going on? I thought we were married. Now Snoop's in the mix. I didn't request Snoop. I mean, he's a good guy, but I didn't request this marriage. I
feel like the more the merrier, you know.
Hey, the way 2020 is going, you probably got something. You're probably up to something.
Dude, we got at this point. It's like just fine.
The day of y'all show was the last great day in 2020.
Aww. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was our only show.
Yeah, and then the next day Kobe died.
Oh man. Yeah.
Huh? That was the last great day, the day of y'all show. I remember it was a great show. We had great food afterwards, and man, oh man. But,
expensive food. We went to Dean's.
Oh God,
I still cry over that bill at night.
Well, it was all right. I thought.
Nah,
it wasn't the worst, but it was like.
Well, you know, everything's more expensive in Maryland than Louisiana.
It's not even just that. Like I just kept ordering stuff. I'm like, yeah, I got it. And
yeah,
you balling that
day? I'm like, oh no,
in the rare occasion where I actually see her win a match, so I guess she felt like she had the purse was a little bit bigger that day.
The way my bank account is set up.
You know, you don't get paid more for winning, right?
Nobody told me that. What? I missed that part.
Just because you over doesn't mean you're over.
Oh man! Well, now you got the title, you should get that championship bonus, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having communication issues.
See, I'm trying to negotiate with your manager. I'm being your agent, negotiate with
Is
your
it really messed up that like I'm like, oh, I'll take 10% of her thing, but like I also pay her, so I'm just like really putting myself in a deficit?
That's true. Oh man.
I'll take 10% of what I'm paying you.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Make it work, right?
Make it work somehow.
Hey, well, Brittany, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Look It's Brittany. All my social media is Look It's Brittany. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be in Texas starting tomorrow, but I'll be Texas Friday for the Mission Pro show. It's going to be streamed live on Title Match Network, so that's there. But that's about it. That's pretty much all I got. That was terrible. That was a horrible ending. That's it. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. Okay.
Well,
that's it.
It was good. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
which means I'm out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Brittani Nikole and Amber Rodriguez. Make sure you keep your eyes out for this dynamic duo. Until the next time, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Break It Down with Brian H. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you get notified every time the Wrestling Realm posts new content.